Welcome to this short and sweet House of Hoops production with two purposes. The first one being to introduce myself. My name is J-A-Y-S to the O-U. I'm going straight to L. It was really nice to know you. However, for purposes of my MyCareer docu-series and this channel, I played the part of Coach J2K narrating my player's career. Glad to be up and running this time. Last year, technical difficulties delayed my editing possibilities, and that brings me to the main reason for this post, reacting to the various news we received today about 2K25. Not trying to break news, just using the rollout to share my perspective. First, mainly the covers with a brief look at the pre-order perks. 2K24 was the year where Kobe Bryant graced the majority of the actual editions besides the 25th anniversary edition. In 2K25, for the standard edition, we have Jason Tatum, which I have to say, I think it's the first time we have an actual current champion as the cover. Same thing for the WNBA, by the way, come to think of it. But yeah, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was another edition or another year where we had champions also featured as covered athletes. Here we see that not much has changed as far as the base game perks, besides swapping the free agent My Team card that really had like a limited amount of games. If I remember correctly, I think it was like 3 or 5 games. The Gatorade and skill boosts for what they're calling the Trendsetter Rewards, 15,000 VCs. The price of the game, pretty much the same, $69.99 US dollars or $89.99 Canadian dollars on the exchange. Asia Wilson on the cover of the WNBA, same reality. I'm guessing pre-ordering makes us trendsetters. Side note, with the popularity of the W rising off the steam of the rookie class we got in this past year, I'm very surprised that at the very least, taking away the bells and whistles, they're not implementing a story mode a la Shep's Rivalry. I think it was in 2K23, maybe 22, but I think it was 23. You know, just take out the bells and whistles. I mean, at this point, if they're not doing that, then they should at least think about it for 2K26. If they don't do it by then, I'll consider that an L. I mean, a lot of content creators are eating off Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese saga. After all, the goal is to grow the community and the W, correct? Especially if they plan on bringing female players to park-like modes. Now to that point, I fully understand the worry tied to that possibility. For some, getting on the game is their stress-free time. I can see that change if a female voice and scan. I wonder, does the W have scans? I don't think so. When wifey lurks around while you grind your player. But my rebuttal is that in the current state, female players have been making male builds and their voices be coming through the same way. Just saying. Now, in the All-Star edition, this year's Mamba, because last year was the Mamba edition, to the previously mentioned perk like the MyCareer boosts, they make their assumed return. This time enough for our first 25 games. I'll give that a lowercase W. I'm being honest. Besides that, the free agent card that I was talking about are now turned into 10 My Team cards with 3 guaranteed 89s. In 2K24, we received, I think, 10 promo packs that were delivered for the first 10 weeks, once a week, pretty much, weekly. Besides that, the question mark and something that has me scratching my head is the 3 takeover boosts, but I'm sure that future rollouts are going to explain that and hopefully also touch on the potential return of the auction house. Again, fingers crossed, it's the only reason why I would play that mode. Now, I heard someone complain about the 95 overall card in my team versus the 389 overalls. But I would like to reiterate, the 95 was a free agent card with limited use. As I said before, I think it was like 3 or 5 games and they would disappear. Now, if we get the auction house and those 89s are auctionable, I would take that more as a W than a L. but that's a big if. As far as the Hall of Fame, it's pretty much the All-Stars edition with the addition of the 12 months NBA League Pass subscription, as they've been doing, I think for now, I think the last 2 years, maybe 3. But this year they also gave a Season 1 Pro Pass with 4 upfront Pro Pass rewards. I'm guessing what they mean by that is that you get to skip 4 levels. It's the only thing that would make sense. But I think for me, it's most likely going to be the not the Pro Pass, but the NBA League Pass that would actually be the selling point for that edition. And because of blacked out games, for me, it becomes a moot point. Now, as far as questions I'm hoping future rollouts will answer, what's the deal with time-limited Trendsetters rewards? What happens after October 17th? Will the VC vanish? Actually, I ended up going to check the facts section of the 2K site, and pretty much what they're trying to do is make sure that we purchase the game sooner than later. So in other words, as long as you purchase the game and redeem it before October 17th, you'll get these perks. Something else that caught my attention, or should I say caught my eye, the word dynasty. That leads me to believe we're going to have another GOAT status-like grind that we have in 2K24. Speaking of our current game, I enjoyed the storyline focused on fatherhood. That was dope. I would, however, have liked to have seen MP actually interact with his grandfather Truck during at least the Prince flashbacks. But I'll elaborate on that when we get more MyCareer news, being that that's my main mode. Also, while working on this reaction, a question I had just ended up getting answered by All City when I checked it out this morning. Apparently, purchasing starting from the base, because before it used to be on the All-Stars only, you do get access to the 2 gens that you respectfully play. So Xbox, whether it's current or old gen, if you buy, then that's where the difference comes in. The base game, you're able to play both editions. The difference was starting at the Mamba edition when it came down to 2K24. So to me, lowercase w on that one. In conclusion, is this first rollout enough to get me to pre-order? Nope, for many reasons, but mainly too many unanswered questions, not enough VC, give us enough to get to 92 or 95 and now we're starting to talk. As a matter of fact, you want to catch me early, add the ability to keep your gear and the VC on a pre-order, and at that point, we're really talking. Now, as far as the covers, I like the athletes, I can say that. But as a graphic designer myself, I was unimpressed by the artwork. One of my favorite players got the better artwork, mind you. A little more thought behind it, looking like they leaned on the half-man, half-amazing brand Vince Carter carried throughout his career. But again, as far as the covers, meh. They're all right. Again, as I said, I was keeping it short and sweet. Hopefully the timing of the next rollout will have me posting closer to its release. Please like, share, subscribe. Your subscription, once again, is golden to me. Ring that notification not to miss episode 12. That should be out in the next 48 hours, give or take. And don't forget, it's just gaming. I'm just playing. It's Coach J, 2K. I'm just saying. See you next episode.
Look here. A rappers have battles that flow, not putting together words for them verbs to get going. Getting your own flair for your flavor to start showing. Always elevating, always room for growing. A big portion is known.